buddy.
Good luck. So my AP5.
Okay, welcome back to Top 32 Kart here. If you've been watching yesterday, you'd have seen the guy on the... Whoops, what's happened there?
Right?
Yes.
Oh, here he comes. Oh, well, it's not got his name on it. What have I done? Rick Miles from Bangor, Northern Ireland, playing a Tie Swarm, Academy Pilot, Wampa, Gideon Haas with Crackshot, Del Miko with Crackshot, and of course they're accompanied by Iden Verso with Crackshot and Hal Runner with Swarm Tactics. Oops, wrong button. On the other side of the screen, you are seeing Lukasz Poczesny, which we've seen a few times on the stream. He's flying, and his name's not shown up either. Jesus, I did the same thing I did, didn't I? Okay, Han Solo, Trick Shot, Kane and Jarvis. Just leave it there, I'll get to it in a second. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So is that, you only have those lists? Yeah, but there's no other lists in there. Okay, so Trick Shot, Kane and Jarvis, R2-D2, Inertial Dampeners, Hot Shot Gunner, Wedge Antilles with S4s, and AP5 with Layer Organa. That camera's got twisted just a little tiny bit, but we'll see what we can do. Anyway, meanwhile, let's see them setting up.
What about you? Yeah. Were you flying any Quad Phantoms? Were you playing any?
Yes.
How did you find it? How did you find it?
My list is designed to beat them.
Is it really?
I remove them their token, and then kill them with Wedge.
So simple. Why doesn't everyone just do it? Although Wedge,
this list is a list that does not have easy matchups.
Is that right?
So they are more or less, everything is more or less 50-50.
Right.
Yes?
Yeah. That's me.
Okay.
Wedge is naked, is that right?
Yes. Wedge is with Wedge.
And what's on AP5? Just layer?
Just layer.
Alright. And then Trick Shot, Hot Shot Gunner, and Keynes.
Yes, everything is on 100. So it's a fat camp, 112 points.
And then R2-D2 as well.
Yes.
Good to go?
Yeah.
Cool. You're one first.
I'll be really annoyed at you, but I skipped. And then the very last turn, rain
Coordinate Wedge. Takes a focus.
Yep.
Go.
Happy enough?
Yeah.
So my ones. You okay for me to do my actions after I move both?
Yes,
Yeah.
If you are not doing kind of reposition,
No. Exactly. If it's positional, it will be.
everybody does 5 forward and takes focus.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so I will, for the sake of time, move already.
Okay, I'm back. I managed to get everything sorted out, except I've not put the timer on the screen, and for some reason the top. Thank you. For some reason, there we go. Okay.
Chris?
1 hour and 7 to go. Let's get that timer running.
Why you take the stress?
Full boost.
It's
Oh, boost.
so difficult after you. Anyway, so
Wings closed.
timer's running. Everything's up to date as far as I'm aware. Please let me know if I've got any other problems. Stream seems to have died. Yeah, it seems to have a. There seems to be a problem.
So, boost. Yeah. Closed. That's it.
Spot on.
Yep. Next round.
Cool.
Okay. This will be for editing, I guess, because I seem like I'm having some difficulty. I'm going to disconnect and reconnect.
Just to focus. Position. Okay.
All good? Do you have any system phases?
No.
No, nothing.
Leia is beginning of activation.
Oh, activation.
That's as well very good against phantoms.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, I think we're back. There seemed to be some micro drops in the connection. So what I did was I quickly disconnected, as I had to clean out the cache and remove and free up some disk space. I figured that might have been a bit of a problem, because up until now the connection's been pretty stable all weekend. So it's kind of weird for it to just drop off like that. And it doesn't seem to be doing the same now, but so that means we're back and we can get back to work. Welcome back to Top 32 from the System Open Series 2019 in Milton Keynes.
That you made yesterday, you said?
I confused the style with this. Done my opposite maneuver instead of killing.
So, yeah, we saw Lukasz play yesterday on stream.
Basically, I ran my.
And he won the game, only just. Only just.
So you bumped, did you? At least it didn't go off the board or anything.
No, I ran my. The range one from Assash with hidden perceptions and titles.
Right.
Let me try. I've got.
Yes.
That was a bit of a hairy turnaround between top 62 and top 32. So I've got everything in a bit of a mess over here. So just give me a second while I'm organising stuff, because I've got to do a little bit of a Tetris game to make sure everything fits. Because I've got the control board, the mixing desk, the iPad for the chat.
Let me just think.
And also, I'm very lucky, and this will be. I should probably wait till the US guys wake up. But I'm very lucky that I've managed to get copies of all 64 lists, all 62 lists from the top, which means I'll probably be able to get a stat breakdown from that after lunch.
Yeah, but you get another.
Okay, so once again, we're back here. We got a Lukasz was playing yesterday against a Sarge and a Han Solo Scum list, and with an escape craft, with an autopilot drone, and only just managed to eke out the win in the last 5 minutes. In this case, he's got face down a TIE Swarm, and he's obviously saying he wants to try and control range by spreading his ships out, which negates the effect of AP5 as a coordinate action, but he's still got layer to be able to give them those K-turns. Or Talon rolls in the case of Wedge. So once again, yeah, I've got all the lists, and I've got a script on my laptop that basically builds up breakdown of like best most used upgrade, blah blah blah. So we'll see if after we get a break, I'm able to have my laptop crunch the numbers on that, and we'll get information of such like the breakdown and stuff like that. So I need to get rid of this window. I need to go here, get rid of that. And see, I could try and save myself time by scanning now. I'm not going to do that because I've got to concentrate on the game. Even though I'm really interested in seeing the numbers, but I've got to concentrate on the game. So Wedge, barrel rolling.
Happy enough?
Not barrel rolling? Okay, alright, pay attention. Alright, let's get rid of this. Don't save that document. And then I'm down to my basic windows now. I've got nothing else running. Okay. Yep. So yeah, we've got Northern Ireland being represented by Rick Miles. Bangor. I double checked. I'm very conscious of the situation, and I double checked. You're happy with me putting UK on the screen? And he said yes. Okay, so that's what's important for me, because I actually I went to a Catholic school in London, so I ended up having a lot of Irish classmates, and then when I went to university, I ended up living with 2 Northern Irish housemates, and yeah, you become very educated suddenly. And when we've got the situation with like what's going on now with Brexit, it's a bit. I appreciate the difficulty. It is. It's a very difficult situation to have to get involved there because there's a lot of history. And when we're talking about, so yeah, let me just be very clear. I live in Spain, and there we've got a similar situation where Catalonia wants to be independent. My problem is I've seen like what kind of effect Northern Ireland had on the community, the situation. And yeah, I mean, like, wanting to be independent just because is not a good enough reason as far as I'm concerned. You've got to have, like, in the case of Northern Ireland, there were some serious situations and problems, and so it makes it difficult to go through that sort of thing. Anyway, stop being political and get back to work. So yeah, he's K-turned the entire TIE Swarm because he could kind of see how Han and Wedge were getting ready to come around the back of him. Now the question is whether or not I'm guessing, so in which case Rick's target priority is going to be on Han, 100%. He's not that bothered about Wedge. He can focus fire Wedge down if the opportunity comes around. But Han's going to be the one that's going to take some time. And with that Kanan and R2-D2 ability, we saw yesterday how that ship can become tanky very quickly. Yeah, and so they've gone back to dials already. So yeah, I'll take the opportunity here as well to plug the stream. And if you're watching, thank you for joining us. But please do bear in mind that this stream comes to you courtesy of the money I receive through Patreon backers and Twitch Prime subscriptions. So if you are enjoying this, please do consider contributing through Patreon or Twitch Prime. Patreon is preferable. I get all the money you give me on Patreon. Twitch Prime is like, it's free money unless we're talking about bits or something like that. But anyway, it's more preferable to go through Patreon, and there's no obligation, obviously, but it is greatly appreciated. It makes it possible for me to go to every single event I've gone to since over a year ago. It makes it's a big deal because. For those of you not aware, I live in Spain. I live in a part of Spain where there's not much as far as tournaments are concerned. And so to get to other tournaments means I have to travel, which is obviously there's a downside that's unique to me. But yeah, it's the way things have worked out. I do enjoy doing these. This will be coming up in June. Will be 4 years now since I started streaming, and I've always done them because I enjoy doing them. I'm more interested in sitting here watching the games and talking about them than I am in playing the game. I enjoy the game very much, but I just found it's more enjoyable this way for me personally, and I enjoy doing it. But of course, it's expensive, and it basically means with the money I spend out of my own pocket. If I'm having to spend it on flights and accommodation, it means I'm not spending it on equipment. And there's still a couple of things on the list of the equipment wish list that I need to get. There's still 2 things left on that list. Once that's done, the only other thing left to do really is basically try and minimize things, try and get things smaller and less weight so I can fit more in a case and travel with more. But anyway, every single penny received through Patreon goes directly into the travel expenses and accommodation and makes this possible. Like, for example, if you've been following my streams from the beginning, you know that I went to all the UK Games Expo events and stuff like that because my sister lived right next door, so there was no accommodation cost. It was a flight, and that was it. But obviously now things are changing, and they're not just having the events in the UK, in Birmingham. So I have to move myself around a bit, and that becomes a bit more expensive. Okay, and he's off. So, AP5, free turn left. Coordinate an action to wedge.
Coordinate to wedge, focus.
Yep, focus is wedge. Right, and Tie Swarm seems to be doing a free straight, removing the stress, and I'm guessing focusing. He's probably going to do all the actions at the end, which I think he's informed Lukasz beforehand, and Lukasz has accepted that.
Are you happy for me to move them all just in a block? Yeah. Yep, that's right.
So that hand signals loops. Like, see ya. I would guess we're going to see a pretty long maneuver from wedge as well this round. So as far as players still in the top cut, let me see if I can get this bracket up. I can't put it on screen because it's way too big. It's still 32 players. But I can tell you, we've got Jack Mooney and Kylo Turley. This is going to be horrible. Hang on. because I could probably put this information in for when I have to do a bracket next round.
Okay. Handshake first. Left side. No range. No range. One layer back. So his ability is that if he is stressed, like your coordinate.
I can't work this out because I've got. Let me see if I can use the paper bracket. It's just too many tables and it's just too complicated. So yeah, I know where, but that's not table number 1 technically, is it? Nope, that's table number 2. Let me see. Maybe if I get a pen, I can go backwards. Okay. So yeah, and then you go back to dials this way. So it's going to be interesting to see what the tie swarm does this round to decide whether or not, because it looks to me like Han Solo is just going to kite them, just going to run away from them, and eventually we're just going to creep in and smash into their side. So I apologise to radio silence. I'm just trying to work out a bracket here for when I start putting stuff on the screen. So now I know what table numbers they are. I come backwards, engineers. What's going on? Bye. Have a nice trip. Hello, Vince. So I know. Oh, I've not even done. I've got to reset this because it's not right. I've got temporary data loaded in from when I was testing. So I'll build up a little bit of a bracket in between rounds, assuming this game doesn't get too hairy too soon. And no one's joined me to commentate, so no one seems to be walking around apart from judges. Although you can see lots of people starting to gather to watch the game.
I know. We came here for one reason.
Right, so I know Jack, and Jack is against Kylo Turley. Jack is back to playing Jake Han. Right, so now table number 2 is the one with Julian Hood. Luke Townsend. And I'll even be able to get the... I've got the factions here. Luke Townsend. Table number 3 has Tim... Where's table number 3? It's down there. It's got Leif. And Leif was one of the players I wanted to see, but he declined. Leif Tangstad and Ben Hibbert. This is basically, like I say, this is something that right now there's not much to talk about as far as like all the planning. Like I say, I've said I think Hand's going to try and kite them, Wedge is going to smash into the side, and this gives me an opportunity to make things a little bit quicker for later on and a little bit more effective. So table number 4 is Bartosz. Bartosz Henry Westcott. Ooh, from All Wings. Bartosz. What Shiki? Sorry.
Right, let's do it, man.
Yeah.
Anything?
Okay. AP5, 1 straight, right? And then coordinates an action to wedge. Oh no, 1 bank, so not too bad. Coordinates a focus to wedge. Wedge has got S-foils closed. Tie Swarm K turns again.
Here and here. Is tradition.
Kevin Bellamy, where's that? There it is.
Yeah. Those guys too.
So here we go. It's also the advantage with Tie Swarm is I can fidget around while he's moving the ships. Table 6. Jack. Tomaszewski. Jack Tomaszewski against James Bailey.
Stop. Use Keynes
And he uses dampeners to make sure he doesn't go anywhere. And removes the stress, so he'll probably be signals looping again to try and get Hand behind the Tie Swarm. And of course, Lukasz plays with Impo and gets the opportunity to play like against Filip Vukic, who went with the Tie Swarm to the World Championship, or the Coruscant Invitational Tie Swarm. But he's a very accomplished Tie Swarm player. He's been playing Tie Swarm for the longest time. And we've got 2 blanks in the hit from Wedge at range 3.
You'll have 2 dice, I roll. 1 of it.
Okay. Come as well here.
Yeah.
Same target. Yep.
And hand firing on the rear one, because we can't really see those base markers because they're parallel, they're perpendicular to the camera. The panels are covering them. 1 crit, a focus and a blank, and he's deciding whether or not he wants to use hand for a more favourable outcome.
You need to roll everyone. Hand it.
2,
3 hits.
3, blank,
2.
2 evades and a focus, takes 1 onto the Del Miko. No, Wampa, sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it.
Second player has got.
And they're using their system open charge tokens, and they're back to dials again. Okay, so I've got down to table 7, which is Alan Watson.
You're stressed.
Should be in the lower
Yes,
part
sorry,
of the
yeah,
table.
you're quite right, yeah. All moves.
Simon Fullerlove.
Don't like things.
Why did you do that? Table number 8. Tom Forstner, Charles Burkhold. Coruscant champion. against the Death Rain blog, Charles Burkhold. Forgot the Keynes name. What have we got on table number 9? Table number 9. Ben Lee against Darren Granger. Separatist Swarm versus Imperials. Included Separatists, I think. Once I get through the top 16, I'll be able to put the bracket on the screen. Top 32, just too much stuff. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit effectively. Even if you're like trying to import the challenge bracket, it just ends up being teeny tiny. Let me see. Table number 10 then. Table number 10 is Andreas Osterhoff versus Adam Freeman. Table 11 would be George Barker and Robert Carr.
Let's do it.
85?
Yep.
Coordinate and wedge, focus.
Yep.
So AP5 coordinates the focus to wedge again. That didn't work. Table 12. Table 12. Joshua Nichols. Yeah, Joshua Nichols, Brian Clark.
You're exactly right. I'm like,
Joshua Nichols, Brian Clark.
okay, that's those two. These guys, they're all stressed. I'm just gonna get out of here.
So this time round, Rick's decided he can see what's going to happen here. It's just going to hands, just going to keep trying to get behind him or kiting him if he goes for hand. So he's decided to kind of press the engage and move into the situation. So table 13, Callum Brown.
What they want to do?
That's weird. Why am I not finding that one? Oh no, it's not kind of Brown. It's Niklas Godnilsson.
Shot by 3 times. If I just kill, it's shot by 1.
Niklas Godnilsson versus Ross Pearson.
Nice barrel roll would fit in about here.
Not really.
Table 14.
This isn't something that we want to do.
It's wedge. You'd be fine.
Nick Burke, Rick Van Ness, right?
That's not the place that we want to be.
So he's decided to flee with wedge now. He's probably going to signals loop hand again.
Let me help you.
No, this time he's fleeing.
Do we try to copy clock? Nope.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Table 15 is the fifth table we're seeing, which is Lukasz Poczesny.
If it matters, to be honest, probably have to Wampa.
Versus Rick Miles.
Nothing in range for Wampa.
Which means I've only got one more table to do.
I don't imagine anything in range, but maybe.
This is not an arc. Yeah, this is
Tim Gronenberg on
That
table
one
16.
is, I think you're right. Let me just.
This is not an arc.
Yeah, yeah.
This is not definitely not, so he's as well not in arc. That's in range 3.
Yeah. In range 3.
And
Pile runner.
nothing. If you look on
Playing
the
Alessandro Salamino.
so 1 time. 3 dice versus 2.
3 dice versus 2. What's the worst that could happen? Let's see.
So here we go with Amp Combat.
Del Mico. Pile runner reroll.
Power Runner
Good crit.
gets a hit and a crit, and there's 2 evades there, so no problem. And we come back to dials again. It's going to be like that for a bit, which gives me the opportunity to take advantage of this, as I've said before. And like I say, I apologise. Were there many phantoms? They were asking. Sorry, as we were speaking earlier in top 62, there were not many phantoms in the field yesterday. Okay, so people weren't. It wasn't like people were running into phantoms all day long, and people weren't seeing a lot of phantoms around. But 10 roughly made it through the top 62. How many are in top 32? I don't know right now. I'll be able to tell you later on when I've been able to have the opportunity to build up stats. Adam Freeman, where are you? Rebel. Okay. Adam Tudor. Not in the list. Alan Watson in the list. Playing Sky. It'll be easy for me to go through the list I've got. Jack Mooney, Jano J, Jack Mooney, Rebel, Handjake, of course, Kylo Turley, playing Republic, Julian Hood is also Republic,
Happy enough?
and Luke Townsend
Leia?
Yeah.
is Rebel. So switch the camera around. AP5 goes faster this time.
You can calculate.
Go for the bomb.
Talon roll, guessing from wedge to the right.
Can you hold this?
And the TIE fighters roll over the asteroid in pursuit of wedge.
I'm going for the IP5 kill.
The AP5 kill. Exactly. So that one
It happens from time to time.
fits in there. I'll roll for that. Now, I guess, so it carries the stress.
Second.
Gets a second. And then
You roll,
does a
you roll a crit with a die.
roll a focus.
Reroll. Stop. Reroll it.
Reroll.
Yeah, it's not on.
Same again. All good. So, and then this one's doing the same. So let's see what goes on there. Just carries his regular stress.
Yeah.
Sorry. I think it didn't. These dudes. Probably better moving Milton first, wouldn't I? Would make a bit more sense.
Yeah. Go first. You can use as well the here.
Oh yeah, you can
That's
do that.
mathematically
Yeah,
the same.
Yeah, if you're happy with that, yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't go for the thing, so just has the one.
It goes because you do the maneuver this way. You got to it, so he has 2 stress as well. Yes, because the maneuvers actually.
Oh, of course, yes.
I
What am
just make it to make it.
What am I thinking?
Roll,
And then
roll for him.
roll for him.
Okay.
Nothing. And this dude.
It's Kevin Bellamy playing Imperial. Nicholas Nielsen goes through. Okay, cool.
You are really committed to kill my wedge.
Doing it. Takes an extra stress. Do you have an extra stress or few there? I might need a few more than I do. Takes a focus.
Nothing. Still has a small 1 stress.
Spot on. Then where's my 2 hard going?
Here.
There it is. Same for these dudes. So there we go. Getting that. Power runner. Oopsie.
Separatist. And Wedge takes a K-turn.
I'll just leave it. Alright. So these
1 second, I don't approach.
one stress. One
I take focus as an action. Kang will stop. And then his dial. Okay. Range 3 abstracted.
Yep.
So that will be 4 dice because trick shot.
Onto Academy.
Okay, so 4 dice from hand onto the Academy pilot and gets 1 focus, 2 hits and a
Range
crit.
3 obstructed, so 4 5 dice.
Yes.
1, 2, 3 evades.
3 evades and 2 blanks.
Wedge on Wampa.
Wedge firing on Wampa. Gets 2 focuses and a crit, so 2 and a hit.
Yes.
2 and a crit.
Yes.
3, 4 dice.
Yes. 3. Wedge.
Oh yeah, wedge.
2 focuses and an
evades
unknown.
1.
Gets 1 evade and
Crit,
2
is it?
focuses.
Hit crit.
Hit crit. On Wampa. Hit crit. I'll take it.
Okay, so Wampa is this.
Oh no, I won't take it.
You took it.
Spend die.
But you took it already.
No,
You said I take it.
oh well, I didn't think he was damaged, but I've seen it.
No, it's okay. You can't be figured.
Okay.
I didn't realize. So
Okay.
I didn't charge spend.
Okay.
Just realized I should probably put out some charges for crack shot. So 1, 2. That's spent. Okay, so no damage, just the 1 damage still. So I'll go Wampa. So Wampa doesn't have his charge.
So the damage,
just 2
the
dice. They're your dice. So 2 dice, range 3.
Yeah, no, I saw, I understood.
Holler on a reroll. So 1 hit. Takes 1.
Wedge 3. 1 second. Third die.
So loses shield on Wedge.
Let's try Delmico. So yeah, range 3.
Delmico fires on
1,
Wedge.
2 just obviously. Holler on a reroll.
Focus and blank. Howl runners for a focus. Doesn't have the focus.
Should try Power Runner herself, I think out.
No range.
No range for Power Runner.
For the
Aiden, I'm not sure, that's fine.
So let's say Academy is out of range
Aiden's out of range.
and Aiden is out of range. So just Gideon.
Academy's out, did you say?
Yeah.
Just
it's-
Gideon?
Yes.
Okay. So Gideon, range 3. Power Runner reroll.
Blank and hit. Blank.
Okay.
Evades.
Get the evade.
Okay. AP5 skill on Academy. Calculate.
1, 2, 3.
Hit,
Penalty.
hit, crit.
On Academy. Let's try it. Is that?
No, nothing on there. So the Academy pilot explodes. That's AP5 becomes Stone Cold Killer.
This is how AP5 wins me games.
Is that right? Thank you, an extra stress for the collection. Here, I'll swap that out with your own. There you go.
Okay, so off they go. I'm almost done with preparing the bracket now. George Barker is a resistance player. Robert Carr.
Can I have a look at a wedge dial, please?
Yes, okay. When you look, I will run to the toilet.
Sure,
okay?
yeah,
I need to, sorry.
no problem.
Lukasz goes to the toilet. Robert Carr is scum. Joshua Nichols. Where are you, Joshua? Lots of J's in this top 62. So Joshua Nichols was Imperial. Brian Clark is scum. Nicholas is the first player to go through, and he's playing. Scum. which means Ross Pearson doesn't really matter, but he was a scum as well. Nick Burke going up. Nick Burke, Republic. Rick Van Ness is Rebels. He's playing 4 K-Wings, but does not want to appear on stream. Lukasz is Rebel. Rick is Imperial. I've got one more table to go, and that's with Tim Groneberg, who's a Rebel, and Alessandro Salamella is Imperial. I think he's playing 4 Phantoms. Imperial and done. So I've got more or less my bracket set up. So let's see. Let me try and count this out now. Hang on. What I'm not seeing is any first order. Okay, so we're Rebels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Rebels in top 32. Republic will be next then. 1, 2. Free Republic. Scum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 scum.
50-50 it is, dude. Very much so.
What's the next one on the list? Imperial, let's do Imperial. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 9 Imperials. Resistance. Let me see what I've got for resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. FO. None. And separatists. I think there is one. Yeah, of course there is. Well, no, there's 1, 2 separatists. So that's cool. And if you give me a second, I'll give you breakdown. There was first order in the top 62, but they're not in the top 32. There were 2 first order lists in, but it looks like they got eliminated in the first round of competition. So let me see here. 9, 5, 9, 4, 0, 3, 2, and that's that. 7 factions, of course. This one is equal to this one divided by sum of column A. 28%. 28% rebels. Now let me do this and put them in order.
Oh, well.
Even though I can see them more or less.
That's why you're a judge. There you go.
Data. Sort by column A makes a difference. Largest to smallest. Yep, so we got well that was silly. Rebel, Scum, Imperial, Resistance, FO, Republic, and Separatist. Right, now I can remember what they are when I sort them by size. Column A, largest to smallest. I'm done. Yeah, so Republic and Imperial tied with 28% of the top 32 field. Scum, 15.6%. Resistance, 12.5%. Republic, 9%. Separatist, 6%. And First Order, 0% of the top 32 cut, but there were 2 of them in the top 62. And that's something I'll be able to get more information on later when I've got the opportunity to actually break down the stats properly. So let's get back to work and do this properly the way it's supposed to be done. There's 20 minutes left in the game, and we've not really had too much of combat, and that's probably why Lukasz decided to go to the toilet. He got ahead by like 23 points and decided I'm leading and I can kind of take a little bit of advantage of this.
These guys are all doing it 2-4. So lose 1 stress. Happy to get rid of that. Happy to get rid of that. It's a stressful job being a fighter cat, and I have to roll for this one.
Someone spilt their beer just behind the table. Okay.
Get rid of 1 stress.
What Rick needs is 1 solid turn.
Oh, fucking rock.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, just to be clear.
Ah, you're okay.
Because then we will have some.
He though retains the stress, doesn't he? Because he lost 1 and he gained it for going over it again, isn't that right? So this one. And lastly, so that one gets rid of that. Oh no. No, yeah, he only had 1. And then I'll do his action here, and then pile runner. Okay, so they're both going to focus.
Okay.
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 Actions. Wampa. Wampa needs an action as well. Wampa on his side. No, and then did a 2-4. You need 1 stress? Is that right?
See? She's supposed to have a
No, Wampa.
she was moving. Can you? Let's see.
2 back, 2 back.
Yes. Let's see if she's.
So it's not on the.
Yeah, but she was turning too hard, so she was turning to an asteroid.
Yeah, but you get it
I-
before because you passed.
Yeah, so am I stressed? Is that right?
You have 1.
Just 1 stress? I couldn't remember. That's okay. That's okay.
And my hand is doing a ghost.
We're probably going to see Wedge try to close his spoils and 2 turn right and probably boost left.
Sure.
Shooting you back.
Yep.
Wedge. Oh man, I confused sides. That will be painful. If you confuse sides.
Did you mix it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to go the other way. It looks like he didn't close the S-foils though.
Just take a focus. Try
That's
to
all you can do.
Yeah.
Right. Swarm tactics.
Costly error this could have been
I'm gonna swarm tactics.
if Wedge gets destroyed.
So roll 3 normally, 4 for range 6. Yes, 6. You're exactly right. Sorry, my mistake.
I have only 1. Which is this one.
Tell me.
2 hits and a blank, 2 blanks.
Uh,
Are you giving me
Spend,
names?
well,
Joshua Nichols, Alan Watson. Thank you.
spend the focus. Okay.
I'm smelling
Okay.
something burning. I'm not sure if it's on my laptop vents or like touching a cable or something.
Just out. Unlucky. Okay. Wampa, 4 dice.
Yeah.
No damage so
Good
far.
roll. 3 hits and a crit.
3 hits and a crit, 2 blanks. On Wedge.
That's unlucky.
Blinded pilot.
Blinded pilot.
What does that mean?
I can only modify my attacks with
Focus or force. Yes. And how many health do you have left?
1.
1. Okay. Gideon.
Yes.
Range 1. Your damage. So I roll 4 dice.
Yes.
Power runner reroll.
Gets 2 and a blank.
That's enough. He's left. Yeah, I confused sides.
Oh, sorry, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That happens.
That puts Rick into a position of advantage now.
Nope.
And means that Lukasz has to press Han in at full speed. He's been keeping him out of range, wanting to avoid getting into combat without being out of the TIE fighters' arcs, and now he's in a situation where he's forced to try and take care of it. You've also got AP5. AP5 has shown that he can, at range 1, take a TIE fighter off the board, but it's an inconsequential point at this time.
I thought you would go this way and boost. Happy enough?
Yes.
Okay. AP.
I don't know.
Okay. Okay. My one. Stress.
Yes.
Okay.
Same.
The same with the rest, yes?
Yeah, the same with the rest. You didn't fit.
Okay. And on my hand, if I want to stop here.
Get in. How long is that?
50 seconds? 12.
Okay, so pressure's on now. 12 minutes left in the round. Just looking at the points, removing any one of the other ties would put Lukasz ahead on points.
Actions for these, I'm going to focus. Yeah, focus, why not for that? Focus.
Yeah. And I'm not stopping. Doing 3 cards. If I want it.
Okay.
That's it?
No. I clear my stress from Keynes.
Oh.
That was white.
Oh. Do you have to do that immediately, or can you, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. After I execute full, after I find shipping 0.2, those are white maneuver. I can finish one.
You can cancel ones? Just because I'm not used to it at all. So he was stressed from the previous turn, and then he did a white 3 hard. Can you then lose the stress from the previous turn?
Yeah.
That's okay. I don't know. That's fine.
Yeah, because you are stressed.
Yes.
Doesn't matter where you get stressed.
It's not that immediately after or anything like that.
No.
That's okay.
Okay, that's here. And you stressed again.
It's a high tension game here.
Okay. Hand shoots.
Swarm tactics.
Yeah.
Not that it matters much, but swarm tactics. Del Pro.
Let's see. ID is range 3. Forerunner is range 2. Forerunner is range 3. One part is
3.
yeah. ID is range 2. Power shot to Aiden. 3 dice.
Yep.
Where's the TV?
Do I want to harm it? No.
Okay, crit onto Aiden, range 3.
Yes. Range 2.
Range 2.
Item was range 2.
Okay, I've got a problem with the camera. 2 evades.
Okay. No arc from Aiden. Nothing from Vidium. Nothing from Wampa.
So let's see what I got. Let's see what I've got. So I've got a shot probably from Dell and a shot from Power Runner. By the look of it.
Shot from Dell. No range. See?
Oh, not. Oh, right. Okay.
So you had one shot from Power
Just
Runner.
Power Runner then.
Yes.
And do I have a shot on this? Yes, I think so.
Yes. You had on this.
So that's range 1
Yes.
or range 3. How many defense dice? 2. How many health total? 5. Right, I'll go on to this then.
Okay.
So Howl Runner firing on AP5. Blank. Rerolls for Howl Runner, gets a focus. Not going to use that.
So you have a focus here. Here. Right.
Yep.
Range 1.
Yeah.
One, 2 blanks and a hit. And evade.
Spend
No,
focus.
focus and 2 blanks, sorry.
Oh, sorry, Aiden.
Yes.
And you're shooting with this?
Yes.
Takes 1, yeah. Sorry, I think the Power Runner.
So they're back to dials now, which means I'm gonna. No, they can't be. No. He's looking at a dial. So yeah, they are. And let me quickly find this TV control. So
What's his wedge worth? I don't know.
52.
Pretty cheap.
So this is where it looks like this is going to be the last round, unless they somehow manage to gun through the next round, this round. But yeah, we can. I mean, Rick's been consistently taking, being careful with his maneuvers.
Recharge. Yeah.
It's a difficult situation now. Both players are in a situation where it's the advantage is for Lukasz to take a ship off the board, and for Rick to prevent that at all cost.
How much is this worth? 38? 38?
Yeah. 38.
20?
38.
38, sorry.
Or 6. Sorry, 34.
34.
Next wave, top cut players. That is 5 minutes remaining in the round.
Last 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Go. Let's go. Let's speed up a little. 55.
Okay,
Coordinate on hand. She takes a focus.
Coordinates a focus to hand.
just.
No.
Go.
Okay, so they're all doing the same. They're all doing a 1 hard.
So he's got that rear arc on the tie swarm.
Can you fit that in? Is that it?
Yeah.
Congrats. It'd be nice to get some action.
I could have had nearly had that.
To be fair, I'm like, yeah.
Okay. You will do. You're doing any positions now?
No positional. It'd be nice to have any actions, but no, I don't think so.
Wait for the your upper.
Say it again, buddy.
You have to wait.
He's happy to go. He said happy to go.
Because he's saying that.
You're all doing the same. I'm not doing positional, so he's happy to.
Just change my arm.
Yeah.
There's really no need to press
Okay. Oops. And then they're both gonna.
the engagement here, unless there's some miracle.
I'm shooting at item, range to obstructed.
AP5. Hand shoots at item verso. Gets
Keynes.
2 hits, 2 crits, I think.
Yes.
And Iden rolls
4 evades.
4 evades
4 evades.
Yeah.
and a focus.
That's what are the chances like? Right, swarm tactics. I'll do Wampa,
Yeah.
I guess.
Wampa is
Three.
already in range.
Yep.
Okay.
So 3 dice onto hand. Hit, crit.
Hit and crit from Wampa.
Unlucky.
Blanks out.
Hit, crit.
Insurance.
Iden.
Yes.
Look, now,
3.
if he can have a couple more attacks like that, Rick seals the deal by putting half points on hand.
Hollow Runner, same. Is it obstructed with Hollow Runner?
Yep.
Yep. Reroll. Hit crit.
Nothing.
Got it. Then Iden.
Yes.
I can have that as unobstructed, can't I? Because it's level.
Yes.
It's obstructed. But I can have it as unobstructed because it's level.
Yes.
Because it's no closer from here. Yeah, unobstructed.
Okay.
So,
2.
2 dice on 2.
Yeah.
Hollow Runner reroll.
2 blanks.
Okay.
Got it. Dell.
No.
Now Dell has a shot on this, or
Right, 1 minute to go.
No one.
just on the AP. I'll go on AP.
So let's see. Can we double check the art?
Oh, it's definitely in.
See how much. Yeah. That's very close. See?
It's in.
Can we have the? If you check the art? Sorry. If Dell sees a
Dell on AP.
that will be.
Got him in arc. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Shoot.
3 dice.
Yes.
Fire on a reroll.
2.
2. One damage. How many health? 3.
End of round. So this is the last phase of combat. Lukasz has to take a ship off the board
Range 3. Are you damaged?
with AP5.
No. No. So 2 dice.
Yes.
2 dice then.
2 mine.
2 dice. Is it obstructed? Makes a difference. It should be the same as the one behind. So it's not obstructed.
No.
But it's, yeah.
Hyperspace competitors, there is 45 minutes remaining round.
One hit.
45 minutes remaining round.
And it's like a focus on an unknown. Uses hand, gets an evade.
Crack shot. Spain crack shot.
Are you in the bullseye?
Yeah.
I think you are not in range. to
Which?
the bullseye. See? You are not in range.
Well, I was in range for the shot. How can I not be in range for the bullseye?
But
It's in range for the shot, but it's not in range for crack shot.
Is that
So
the
you
thing?
need to be in range for the crack shot.
The range of the bullseye is
It's
one
only
three.
in range of the
Yeah.
range 2. That's Aiden is range 2.
He's trying to fire on Aiden. See if he can get.
I've got academy. Oh no, no academy. And one post form tactics. Ships it out there. Aiden?
So I'm going to switch the camera, even though you won't be able to see the dice. I kind of want to capture the moment that it goes through. Should have re-rolled that dice for being cocked. Either way, it evaded. So he rolled a hit and a hit on the, even though it looks like it's on the die, and that's the end of the game. But
52.
Rick rolled 2 evades.
You killed academy, which is
42.
So yeah, that would have been a difficult loss there for Lukasz, and it's been a high tension match. I'm quite happy I was by myself because even though you've not heard much from me, it was kind of high tension. I didn't really want to comment on much because you could see that the game there was a lot dependent on every single aspect of the game, and so it was a question of
Modifiers.
holding it down and waiting.
I know. I think I had about 4 actions the whole game.
Do you want to join to the hyperspace?
Yeah.
Yes. With the same list? Or
No, no, that's an extended list.
I see.
That's unlucky, mate. I'm sorry.
Congratulations for reaching top 32. Okay, that game there was a lot of tension.
Yes.
I didn't have much to say because it was all kind of like oh. But then yeah, in that and it all came down to that last dice roll. If you'd have been able to sink a bit more damage through on Aiden, it would have changed the game. You would have won. You'd been walking away to the top 16, but not in this case. It's been possible. What did you feel about the game?
It was, let's say, well played, very close, and basically I did one mistake when I confused the directions of my dials
with wedge, yeah.
on wedge. Yes, that costed me wedge, but actually the luck wasn't on my end this
No,
time.
it definitely looked like it wasn't in your favour, and maybe even like the mistake with the dial was just kind of like it was the gods conspiring against
Yes,
you.
yes,
It was just
yes,
like
yes,
going,
yes.
something's going to make you lose this game. So there we go. It wasn't going in your favour in a lot of cases of die rolls. So that's it. You're going to go over to hyperspace now.
Yeah.
Did we? I know I probably asked you already this weekend, but do you already have the invite to Worlds or
No.
No. So you got to go over there and win a couple more games
Yes.
still. Okay, excellent. Thank you very much for your time. Like I said, I've got to keep it short because we've gone to time, and I've got to get
Okay.
ready for next round. Good luck with hyperspace.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Sit yourself down. Okay, it's going to be a quick one because you've gone to time and stuff like that, and I've got to make sure I'm ready for the next round. We've got to dismount, we've got to take all your ships apart.
Yes,
and
that'll
stuff like
take
that.
20 minutes.
Congratulations.
Thank you
top
very much,
16.
sir. Thank you.
Right, have you ever made that far before in a tournament?
No, last tournament I made, I won no games.
Okay.
that was good.
So this is different so far.
Yeah.
Give us a quick idea of what your feeling was about the match at the end.
Well, firstly, I always fancy the Tie Swarm's chances against 3-ship list.
Yeah.
I was initially trying to get Han. He was playing very cagey with all of his ships.
Yeah.
It came down to him making a mistake, turning wedge the wrong way.
Turning wedge left instead of right,
absolutely.
yeah.
I had about 4 actions the whole game,
Yeah,
double
yeah,
stress, but
yeah.
I thought when you've got Hoyle Runner, you've always got a reroll.
Yeah.
And then if you've got Delmico, as long as you don't make a mistake, put pressure on the opponent. Obviously, he's a very good player, but just unlucky that it came down to that.
Of course, yeah. Okay. So you've come over from Northern Ireland.
Northern
from
Ireland,
Bangor. Is there a big community there?
No, my local play group was 2 people until about a year ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know how you feel.
Now we've got a group in Lisburn that plays regularly. But we play a wide variety of lists. It's not just the meta, it's not just Quad Phantoms, so it's good practice against a lot of different lists. Brogue Squadron, we're called. Brogue Squadron.
Okay.
We all wear very fancy shoes to it.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Excellent. Thank you very much once again.
No worries.
All right.
Nice
Good
to
luck
meet
with the
you.
next
Thank you very
match.
much.
Okay.
Thank you, bud.